There is no secret formula that separates billionaires from the rest of the world. What makes them extraordinary is not talent alone, nor luck, but the simple daily choices they repeat with discipline. Every action, every thought, every routine becomes a brick in the foundation of their success. If you want to rise higher, if you want to create a life beyond limits, it begins not with what you do once in a while, but with what you choose to do every single day. Today is your chance to discover the habits that can transform your future. Rise early with clarity and purpose. Claim the quiet hours for focus and intention. Rising early has always been a mark of discipline and vision. The world is quiet, distractions are asleep, and in that silence lies an opportunity that so many overlook. The hours before the noise of the day begins are not just empty space. They are sacred time, a gift for those who choose to use it wisely. When you rise early with clarity and purpose, you are not simply getting out of bed. You are stepping into a state of ownership over your life. You claim the quiet hours before the world makes demands on your attention, and in doing so, you give yourself the advantage of focus and intention. The early hours have a power that cannot be replicated later in the day. There is a freshness in the mind, a calmness in the body, and an openness in the spirit. It is a time when thoughts are not yet clouded by the chaos of emails, phone calls, or responsibilities. This is why the most successful people in the world guard this time fiercely. They know that the morning sets the tone for the entire day. And by starting with clarity, the rest of the hours naturally align themselves with that direction. When you begin with a scattered mind, the day unravels in scattered results. But when you begin with sharp focus, every action afterward becomes more meaningful and effective. Clarity comes from deciding in advance how you want to show up in the day ahead. It is the practice of pausing, breathing, and asking yourself, what truly matters today? What is one step I can take toward my bigger vision? By reflecting on these questions in the stillness of the morning, you bring order to your thoughts before the world introduces disorder. You do not let external noise dictate your priorities. Instead, you choose your priorities and move with purpose. This is what rising early truly means. It is not about the clock. It is about the consciousness with which you begin your day. Purpose follows clarity. Once you know what matters, you align your actions with it. The early hours allow you to direct your energy where it counts most, rather than scattering it on trivial tasks. Billionaires, leaders, and visionaries understand this. They protect their mornings, not because they love waking up at dawn, but because they know it gives them control over their time, and control over time is control over life. Whether it is reading, meditating, exercising, writing, or simply planning, their early routines are designed to fuel their minds, strengthen their bodies, and sharpen their focus for the challenges ahead. The beauty of rising early is not just in productivity, but in peace. There is something deeply empowering about walking into the day already centered, already aligned with your goals. Instead of rushing, you move with intention. Instead of reacting, you lead. Over time, this habit compounds, and you begin to notice how much more you accomplish, not by doing more, but by starting right. When you rise early with clarity and purpose, you step into life ahead of the world. You carry the calm of the morning into the noise of the day, and that calm becomes your strength. Success does not begin with grand gestures. It begins with how you choose to greet the morning. The quiet hours are waiting, filled with potential. The question is whether you will let them slip away unnoticed, or claim them as the foundation for the life you want to create. Protect your time, cut distractions, and invest energy only in what truly matters. Time is the most valuable resource we are ever given. Yet, it is also the one we tend to spend the most carelessly. Unlike money, time cannot be earned back once it is gone. Every moment that slips away is a piece of life that will never return. This is why those who achieve extraordinary success guard their time with great discipline. They understand that distractions are thieves, silently robbing them of focus, energy, and progress. To protect your time is to protect your future, because the way you spend your hours is ultimately the way you shape your destiny. Every day, countless distractions fight for your attention. Notifications, meaningless conversations, tasks that hold no real value, and the endless lure of entertainment can easily consume the hours that were meant for building, creating, and advancing. The difference between someone who rises and someone who remains stagnant often comes down to how they handle these distractions. Successful people choose deliberate. They do not allow themselves to be pulled in every direction because they know that energy spread too thin cannot create powerful results. Instead, they cut away what is unnecessary and they invest their time only where it multiplies. To protect your time is not simply to say no to others, but also to say no to your own impulses. It means resisting the temptation to waste hours on activities that give nothing back. It is easy to confuse busyness with productivity, but they are not the same. Busyness is being trapped in motion without direction, while productivity is the art of moving with intention. Protecting your time requires self-awareness, knowing what truly matters to you, and having the courage to let go of what does not. Billionaires and leaders have mastered this art. They plan their days around their highest priorities. Meetings are not taken unless they serve a clear purpose. Calls are not answered unless they contribute to progress. They understand that every yes is also a no. To say yes to one thing is to say no to something else. By carefully choosing where their time goes, they ensure it always flows toward growth. This discipline is what separates them from those who drift through their days without control. Protecting your time also means protecting your mental space. Distractions do not only steal minutes, they steal focus. Each time you allow your attention to scatter, it takes effort to return to deep concentration. Successful people create environments that support their focus. They silence unnecessary noise, structure their schedules, and create boundaries so their energy is spent only on what moves them forward. They value quality over quantity. 1 hour of undistracted work is worth more than an entire day spent half focus. When you treat your time as sacred, you begin to live differently. You stop tolerating activities that drain you. You stop giving energy to things that do not align with your vision. You become selective, not out of arrogance, but out of wisdom. You understand that saying yes to your goals often means saying no to distractions. And this discipline builds a life of purpose instead of regret. At the end of life, it is never the money or possessions that people wish they had more of. It is time. The hours lost can never be reclaimed. This is why protecting your time is the greatest act of respect you can give yourself. Every moment you defend from distraction, every hour you invest with intention, becomes a step toward the life you desire. Success is not found in doing more, it is found in doing what matters most. To protect your time is to protect your future. And once you master this, you hold in your hands the very essence of freedom. Prioritize health. Keep the body strong to sustain a sharp, resilient mind. Health is the foundation upon which all success is built. No matter how great the vision, how strong the ambition, or how determined the spirit, without the strength of the body and the clarity of the mind, progress is fragile and unsustainable. This is why the most successful individuals in the world treat their health not as a luxury, but as a non-negotiable priority. They know that the body is the vehicle through which all dreams are pursued. And if that vehicle is weak, distracted or broken, the journey becomes impossible. It is easy to fall into the trap of believing that success is only about working harder, staying up later, and sacrificing health in the name of achievement. But those who walk that path soon realize that exhaustion, illness, and burnout destroy the very progress they were chasing. The true path to lasting success requires energy, focus, and resilience. And these can only come from a body that is cared for and a mind that is nurtured. To prioritize health is to prioritize the strength to sustain your vision for the long term. Every habit of health compounds into greater power. Exercise is not just about building muscle or improving appearance. It is about discipline, vitality, and sharpening the mind. When you move your body daily, you release stress, boost energy, and build the resilience needed to handle challenges with calm strength. A fit body carries a fit mind, and a fit mind can make decisions with clarity and confidence. Nutrition plays the same role. Food is not simply fuel for survival. It is fuel for performance. Every meal is a choice between building strength or weakening it. Successful people eat to nourish, not just to satisfy, because they know their energy, focus, and longevity depend on it. Equally important is rest. Sleep is often underestimated, yet it is during rest that the body repairs, the brain consolidates knowledge, and the mind resets. Sacrificing sleep in the name of productivity is a false victory, because a tired mind cannot create with brilliance, and a tired body cannot carry the weight of ambition. Those who succeed at the highest levels understand that recovery is as essential as effort. They treat rest as part of their discipline, not an escape from it. Health also includes the practice of mindfulness and emotional balance. Stress, left unmanaged, erodes both body and mind. Taking time for breathing, meditation, or simple stillness strengthens the ability to stay calm in chaos. This inner balance protects decision-making, relationships, and creativity. A healthy mind does not react impulsively. It responds with wisdom. When you prioritize health, you are not just caring for yourself in the present. You are investing in your future. Every workout, every meal choice, every hour of sleep, every moment of mindfulness becomes a deposit in the account of longevity and resilience. Over time, this account grows, giving you the energy and strength to not only achieve success but to enjoy it fully. Without health, even the greatest success becomes meaningless. Wealth cannot be savored if the body is broken. Achievements lose their shine if the mind is clouded with fatigue or pain. But with health, even the greatest challenges can be faced with courage and strength. This is why success and health are not separate pursuits. They are one. To keep the body strong is to give the mind a powerful ally. To nurture the mind is to direct the body with clarity. Together, they form the unshakable foundation of all lasting success. The path to greatness is not only about strategy, ambition, or talent. It begins with the simple, powerful choice to care for the vessel that carries you through life. Prioritize your health, and you will find that every dream becomes not only possible, but sustainable. Commit to lifelong learning. Remain a student of life, always adapting and growing. The moment you believe you know enough is the moment growth stops. Success is never the result of a single breakthrough, but of a continuous willingness to learn, unlearn, and relearn. The world is constantly changing, knowledge is constantly expanding, and opportunities are always shifting. Those who remain students of life stay prepared, adaptable, and ahead, while those who cling to what they already know eventually fall behind. To commit to lifelong learning is to commit to staying alive in spirit, to keep the mind sharp, curious, and open. The most successful people never see learning as something limited to a classroom or a degree. For them, life itself is the greatest teacher. Every experience, whether victory or failure, holds a lesson. Every conversation has something to offer. Every book contains wisdom, and every challenge provides growth. They approach each day with the humility to recognize that no matter how much they have achieved, there is still more to understand. This humility is not weakness, it is strength. It allows them to adapt quickly, to evolve with change, and to remain relevant in a world that does not stop moving. Learning also builds resilience. When faced with difficulties, those who learn from them transform obstacles into stepping stones. They do not see failure as the end, but as feedback. Every setback becomes an opportunity to grow wiser, stronger, and more capable. This perspective is what keeps them moving forward when others give up. It is not intelligence alone that creates success, but the ability to keep learning when things do not go as planned. Daily habits of learning create long-term transformation. Reading, listening to mentors, reflecting, or simply observing the world with awareness are ways to feed the mind. Even small acts of learning, done consistently, compound into extraordinary wisdom over time. Billionaires and leaders dedicate time each day to expanding their knowledge, because they understand that their decisions are only as strong as the information and perspective behind them. They do not rely on outdated knowledge. They continuously upgrade their minds like one would upgrade tools for better performance. Lifelong learning also requires curiosity. Curiosity opens doors that certainty keeps closed. When you are curious, you ask questions, you explore, you test, and you grow. Curiosity turns the ordinary into the extraordinary because it reveals connections and opportunities others overlook. A curious mind never becomes stagnant. It is always alive, always searching, always moving toward deeper understanding. Equally important is the willingness to unlearn. Some lessons you carry may have once been useful, but no longer serve you. Old habits, outdated beliefs, and limited perspectives can act as chains that hold you back. To truly grow, you must have the courage to let go of what no longer fits and replace it with something that does. This flexibility is what allows people to thrive in times of change, while rigidity causes others to break. Committing to lifelong learning is also an act of humility and gratitude. It means acknowledging that life is bigger than you, that there is always something new to discover, and that wisdom is a journey without end. It keeps you grounded, open to others, and willing to keep evolving into the best version of yourself. Success belongs to those who refuse to stop growing. It belongs to those who choose to keep learning when others become comfortable. It belongs to those who see each day as another chance to expand their minds, sharpen their skills, and deepen their understanding. To remain a student of life is to remain limitless, because growth never ends. The more you learn, the more you can create, the more you can adapt, and the more you can contribute to the world. In this way, lifelong learning is not just a habit, it is the lifeline of lasting success. Practice gratitude daily. Find balance, meaning, and joy in both progress and presence. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces that can transform not only how you see the world, but also how you experience success. Many people believe that happiness is something that comes after achievement, after wealth, after recognition. But those who have walked the path to extraordinary success often speak of the same truth. Gratitude is not the result of achievement. It is the foundation of it. When you practice gratitude daily, you anchor yourself in balance. You find meaning in your efforts, and you experience joy not just in reaching goals, but also in the journey that leads you there. The world constantly tells you to chase more money, more possessions, more recognition. And while striving for growth is natural and necessary, the danger lies in forgetting to appreciate what already exists. Without gratitude, even success feels empty, because the mind becomes trapped in a cycle of chasing without fulfillment. But when you take a moment each day to reflect on what you already have, your health, your relationships, your opportunities, the lessons you've learned, and even the challenges that shaped you, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. You stop focusing on what is missing, and you begin to see how much is already present to support you. Practicing gratitude daily does not mean ignoring ambition. It does not mean being content with mediocrity or abandoning your goals. Instead, it creates balance. It allows you to pursue success without being consumed by it. Gratitude gives your progress meaning, because it connects your achievements to something greater than material gain. It reminds you why you started, who supports you, and how far you've already come. This sense of appreciation keeps you grounded, preventing arrogance on one side and despair on the other. Gratitude also strengthens resilience. Life is not free of hardship, and the path to success is often filled with obstacles and setbacks. Without gratitude, it is easy to feel frustrated, to believe that challenges are unfair or that progress is too slow. But gratitude reframes struggle. Instead of seeing difficulty as punishment, you begin to see it as part of growth, a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. This mindset does not erase pain, but it gives pain purpose. It allows you to endure storms with patience, knowing that even in hardship, there is something to be thankful for, whether it is the lesson learned, the strength built, or simply the opportunity to keep moving forward. When practiced consistently, gratitude also transforms relationships. Success is rarely a solitary journey. It is supported by the people who inspire you, guide you, or simply walk beside you. Expressing gratitude to others not only strengthens those connections, but also creates an environment of trust, loyalty, and goodwill. People are drawn to those who appreciate them. Leaders who practice gratitude build teams that are more committed, more motivated, and more united. Gratitude spreads, creating a culture where success is shared rather than hoarded. Even on a personal level, gratitude fuels joy in the smallest moments. It teaches you to notice the beauty of things that are often overlooked, the quiet of the morning, the laughter of a loved one, the simple progress made in a single day. These moments may seem small, but they are the fabric of life. Gratitude trains your mind to find richness in them, so that joy is not postponed until some distant achievement, but experienced here and now. Those who practice gratitude daily discover that success feels different. It is not an endless race. It is a meaningful journey. Progress no longer feels like a desperate chase for validation, but like a natural extension of appreciation. Gratitude turns ambition into purpose and results into fulfillment. It ensures that when you finally reach your goals, you do not look back with emptiness, but with a deep sense of contentment for the path you traveled. Gratitude is not complicated. It may be as simple as writing down 3 things each morning that you are thankful for, or pausing at night to reflect on the day with appreciation. It may be silently acknowledging the effort of others, or taking a moment in the middle of chaos to breathe and recognize what is still good. These small acts may seem insignificant, but repeated daily, They rewire the way you see the world. Slowly, gratitude stops being something you practice. It becomes the lens through which you live. To practice gratitude daily is to find balance between striving and resting, to find meaning in both victory and struggle, and to find joy in both progress and presence. Gratitude makes success whole. Without it, even the greatest achievements feel hollow. With it, even the smallest steps feel worthwhile. And when you build a life on gratitude, you discover that success is not only about what you achieve, it is about how deeply you appreciate the journey of becoming. Success is not built in a single moment of brilliance, nor is it found in one lucky break. It is created in the quiet discipline of daily habits, repeated with intention until they transform not only your days but your destiny. Rising early with clarity sets the tone for focus and strength. Protecting your time ensures that energy is invested only in what truly matters. Prioritizing health gives you the foundation to sustain effort without breaking. Committing to lifelong learning keeps your mind sharp, humble, and adaptable. Practicing gratitude fills your journey with meaning, balance, and joy, so that success is not empty but deeply fulfilling. These habits are not secrets reserved for a chosen few. They are choices available to anyone who is willing to commit, day after day, with patience and perseverance. Each habit may seem small, but small habits repeated consistently create extraordinary results. Billionaires and visionaries did not rise overnight. They rose because they mastered the art of showing up for themselves every single day. The path is not about perfection, but persistence. It is about choosing to rise when it is easier to sleep, to focus when distractions call, to care for your body when neglect seems simpler, to keep learning when comfort tempts you to stop, and to remain grateful even when life feels heavy. These are the moments that shape who you become. If you desire a life of strength, clarity, freedom, and fulfillment, the way is clear. Begin now with one habit, one choice, one step. Carry it into tomorrow, then into the next day, until it becomes who you are. Success is not waiting in the future, it is built in the discipline of today. And when you live with these habits, you will not just chase success, you will embody it.